Hey YouTube, so I know that I don't normally do tutorials, but I made something that I really like, and I looked it up and there was no tutorial for how to make one or even anything similar on YouTube, and so I'm going to show you guys how to make it. It is a hemp ear cuff. So there it is there, and you can use it as an ear cuff up high, or you can use it as an earring if you don't have your ears pierced, or as a second earring if you do have your ears pierced. Like, there we go. It's not hard to get it on. It's hard to get it on when I'm talking and not thinking about what I'm doing. Anyways, so how to make one of those. But first thing is that you need to know how to do a basic square knot, which is like what they would use for making like hemp like bracelets and stuff like that. And so if you already know how to do a basic square knot, or if you think you'll be able to pick it up just by watching, then you can just keep watching this video. And if you need to do the other tutorial first, you can watch a video which I'll link to like right here. And then you will have a better idea of how to do it. So, all right, so let's get started. What you're gonna need for this is obviously just a pair of scissors, a pair of wire cutters, because we are gonna be putting wire in it. This is a tool that is used for kind of rounding off wire in a bend. One of these will work, you just have to work the wire a little bit more. This is also something that was my dad's, so that's why it's just really dirty and disgusting. This is just plain, I think it's 20 gauge silver wiring. Anything that's, you know, relatively malleable but will actually like stay in its shape once you put it there, that's good. And of course hemp. I'm using just a cheap, crappy Walmart hemp. It is 0.5 millimeters. So to get started, all right, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna bend it around something. Pen, that's a good idea actually. So I'll show you with a pen since not everybody is gonna have those other ones. So there you have a basic shape. And then the part that you put on your ears, you don't want it to be prickly, obviously. So what we're gonna do is bend the wire around it. So at this point, it should be a little big for your ear because we still have to cover it in hemp. I'm just gonna take some regular pliers and just bend it a little bit flatter and cut these ends off. Okay. So that's our basic shape that we're going to be working with. Now you can unbend it slightly, but it's better to do this with it as bent as possible because when you bend it, you will loosen up the hemp. I'm going to go with this much, one long string, but we're going to fold it in half. We're going to take the folded end. We're not going to put it through from the outside, we're going to put it through from the inside. So there is an inside one. And then once it's through, we're going to put our fingers inside, grab the other end, pull it through, and make it tight. Okay, so now we're going to go on to a basic square knot. Once again, if you need to go to the other tutorial to see how to do this with something other than a little piece of wire jewelry, that's a good idea, so that you know how to do this better. So we're going to just take either side. I'm going to take this side and make a loop like that. Now we're going to take this side, cross it on top of the other one, so it's on top right now if you can see that, and then we're going to go around the back and in the U of the jewelry, and then we're going to come back out through the loop that was created by the other one. There. And now we're just going to pull it. Try and pull it evenly. I know it kind of is hard to do when you're holding the jewelry in your hand. And then, as you can see, the top has come off, so we're just going to slide it up again and try and make it nice and high and covering the top of the jewelry. Alright, so now we did that side, so now we're going to do the same on this side. We're going to take this one, make the bow, take this one, put it on top of that one, put it around and through the jewelry, and then through the hole. Pull them both tight. Slide it up nice and high. So once again, this side. Up. over around the jewelry. And you just keep going. Okay, so once you get to here, make sure that you've squished everything really tight to the other side. Just take the ends, put them through. Good. And then once they're through, what you're going to do is lift these two loops up. It's okay if they're crossed like that, not a big deal. And you're just going to feed them back through this way. This way through the opposite loop. So this one's going to go in this loop. And this one's going to go in this loop. So now you're going to pull it really tight. There we go. And then the best thing that you can do is tie them both together in just a regular knot. If you use glue, you can cut right at the knot. If you didn't use glue, it will tend to fray after a while. What you're gonna do is right now it's kind of shaped like a U. We want it to be more closed like a C almost. I'm just gonna take my pliers and I'm gonna just play with it to get it into the right shape. And there you go. That's it. This one here, you can just stick it on. If it's too loose, you can tighten it. If it's too tight, you can loosen it. If you made it loose enough, you can actually get a pretty cool thing going here. But this one's a little too tight for that. See how it's squishing my ear? But if it was done a little looser, it actually looks pretty neat there. So yeah, that's the whole tutorial right there. There it is again, finished product. And it just slips on, just like that.